Hello, hello, hello. This is Dirty Truckin'. Not trucking anymore, but I'm back home. So, everybody knows that I was terminated from Ryan Zinger Brothers, and it was due to them claiming a driver alerted them to my YouTube page. So, as I've stated before, this is constantly happening every time I go to a trucking company. They get me there. I sign these leases for the trucks. I spend my money up on products cleaning the truck, buying stuff for the truck, to end up throwing it in the trash because something happened at the company. Either they lied to get me there and I'm not making money, or now this. Now they're trying to come up with ways to terminate me where they're not at fault, covering up that I believe it was either, I don't even know if it was a driver that called in. I think it could have been the guy that said he was finna give me another dispatcher. The husband of the lady that was in orientation. It could have been him because the dispatcher never contacted me and they let me sit over the weekend and then terminated me Monday. Same thing USXPRESS did. USXPRESS tried to force me to take a load that I was not supposed to be forced to take. I told them I didn't want to do the short haul, just give me the long haul. And instead of them giving me the long haul, they called themselves making a deal with me and then told me that if I didn't do the short haul, they weren't going to give me the long haul. And then they didn't. I emailed my fleet manager about it to see was he going to do anything about it. Next thing I know, I was on a reset again. Same pattern. Look at the pattern of what's happening. I was on a reset. At a Flying J over there in Memphis, Tennessee. Monday, my fleet manager comes in. They dispatched me on a load where I had to go down to the yard in Olive Branch, Mississippi. To get a trailer. They actually had a trailer number and everything. They put the trailer number on the computer. I could sue these people because you have record on your own computer of the lies you've been telling me. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to seek out legal representation. They have been putting me in positions where my finances is gone. I'm losing trucks. They're getting me there, taking my money. I'm spending my money up buying cleaning products to clean their truck up. Then they either terminate me or I have to leave because I'm not making money. And then you turn a perfectly good truck over, release it to somebody else. A truck that you got money off of me from. That lease money, maintenance money. You're taking my trucks. I'm going to seek out legal representation about everything that's been happening. This gang stalking activity I've been noticing. The roles of law enforcement. I've been accused of, at USXPRESS, it was mighty funny. Every time I went to that company, I was there before, a long time ago. It was always a story of a truck came up stolen. They had me recover a truck from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, out of Gulfport, Mississippi, years ago, because they sent me over there to get a truck. I didn't like the truck. So they said they had a truck down in Gulfport, Mississippi. It was abandoned. They wanted me to go recover it. Gave me a rental to go down there to get it. I went down there. The truck wasn't where it was supposed to be. I ended up had to be put in a hotel. But I had relatives down there in Mississippi. So I really didn't have no issue. So I contacted the company. Wasn't nothing they could do because it was over the weekend. They had to locate the truck. Found out the truck had been moved up to Jackson. I get up there, looked at the truck, didn't like the sound of the truck, didn't want the truck. And I told him I'm done. I'm not doing this. I left. Then I sought out work in Mississippi. I decided I was going to stay down there. I ended up liking Gulfport. I said, well, let me see if I can find me a job down there. And I did a little small bus driving job, but I didn't actually start work there. I didn't finish orientation. The man just had too many videos about something I already knew. I just couldn't do it. And then the commute from where I was coming from was too lengthy to be using a relative's vehicle. But let me tell you the games they play here. And this is true. And you can say I'm crazy or sound crazy. It's not crazy. They've been playing games with me, with individuals I know. They're the individuals at the time I knew them. I went through some things with them. So they call themselves, I don't know what they're doing, if there's some type of reenactment or what they're doing. But they seem to be acting out stuff I done went through with these certain individuals. Now, I don't have to see these particular individuals per se. They'll like display something that was associated during the time I was dealing with these individuals. Give you a perfect example. The car that was rented for me to get back home had Mississippi plates. Let me tell you what happened in Mississippi when I was staying at a relative's house. Had some money in my purse. I'm not going to mention who it was given from. But $20 come up missing when I was down there in Mississippi. Now, I was renting a car with Mississippi plates. This is a game they play. They think by me being in that car, me driving that car to Detroit, they're supposed to play games that took place down there in Mississippi. So somebody here in Detroit thinking they're going to be participating in some games that took place down there in Mississippi. When whoever I was dealing with down there in Mississippi, you think that's going to happen up here in Detroit because I drove that car up here. But let me tell you what took place. Some money come up missing. $21, in fact. I don't remember picking it up out my apartment, but I do remember when I got home, it was laying on my table. It was a $10 bill of 5 and 6 brand new ones. I don't remember having it in my pocket, and if it was in my pocket, I don't remember it falling out. But $21 has disappeared. Same thing happened when I was down there in Mississippi. $20 come up taken out of my purse by an individual that I saw take it out of my purse. Because that individual walked in the room I had my purse in, stood over there in the corner where my purse was. And when I went back to count that money, $20 had been missing. That's the game they playing. So I bring a Mississippi car up here. $21 come up missing. I backtrack where I went. I went to my father's grave site. I said, that's the only place I got out the car before I turned it in. Because I visited my father's grave site. So I went back to the grave site. It ain't there. It didn't fall out of my apartment, my pocket coming out the apartment. Because I would have felt it fall out waiting on the elevator. Because I'm always looking around on the floor. It didn't fall out. I have no idea what happened to it. $21 just disappeared. It was a 10 of 5 and 6 brand new ones. They were brand new ones. Just disappeared. That happens quite often here in this building. Some weird stuff in my apartment building. I came home to my silverware, one of my spoons, in the sink. Down in the garbage disposal. I haven't been here. And I'm smelling some smell in my bedroom. Odor of a male cologne. Well, I had to spray Lysol to get the scent out of there. And I smelt it coming back from the casino. In my bedroom. While I was on orientation. At Rising Brothers. I was in a hotel. Waiting for orientation to start that Monday. While I was in the hotel. My phone, I got an alert. That there was motion in my apartment. And for some reason, when it records the motion, it recorded a jet black screen. It's not showing inside the apartment or nothing. I said, that's odd. It's not supposed to do that. It's if the camera was blocked by something black. And the shelf that it's sitting on is jet black. So either somebody came in here and laid it face down when the motion went off. But what I don't understand is I have a Ring camera. And that camera, I've come home to my apartment on several occasions and noticed some signs that somebody's been in my apartment. For some reason, this building wanted to change the door locks on the door. Told me that the door lock had been rekeyed. The door lock looked like it was taken off somebody else's apartment because they had paint on the side of it. And I believe that individual apartment that they took it off of, somebody still had keys to. So you going to place a door lock on my apartment when somebody's coming in and out of here now? Because I smelled a male cologne in here yesterday. And when I came home, there was a spoon in my garbage disposal. I haven't been here at all. I've been gone over 30 days. I came home briefly. And when I left, I came home briefly when I was with Western Express, just before I quit Western Express. I didn't leave a spoon in the sink. You see, but if I call the police and report this, they don't do anything. Then I was walking from downtown because I have a problem with the bus system here. I don't know what kind of game going on with the bus system. Let me tell you something. This is not the first time I had a problem losing a job due to a driver. This is a true story. I got hired here locally last November. Monday through Friday job, intermodal. Then it was getting time for my physical. But prior to the physical, I had a city bus driver here inquire about where I work at because I was downtown at the transit center. He seen what I had the clothes on with advertising the company name. Said he was ready to leave the bus system. He was tired of busing. So I let him get the number to the company. I said, well, I don't know if they're hiring because they only had a certain number of trucks. He said he's ready to leave. But this is what took place. Right after that, this is a bus driver, a driver of a city bus here for the city of Detroit. Went to go take my physical. Something happened during the physical. All of a sudden, I had elevated heart rate. They oversquoze the cuff. And then tried to issue me a 3-month physical. Issued a 3-month physical. I end up leaving that local job because of that. Because of Concentra. Every time I go to Concentra, it's some weird results were coming from their physicals. They were doing it on purpose. Like you trying to control me through my physicals. What are you trying to do? Force me to lose weight? What did you give me? What did you do? I've been home stress-free, exercising. I was on a smoothie diet, losing weight. There's no way in hell my blood pressure should have been elevated. I don't have high blood pressure. The only time I started having high blood pressure is when Concentra said I had high blood pressure. I've never had high blood pressure. And I've been this weight all my life. And it can be verified and proven. I've never had high blood pressure. They were always telling me what my weight was. You weigh so and so. My blood pressure was normal. This was even when I was in the shelter. You weigh so and so. That's what the scale say. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But my blood pressure normal. Now I'm the same weight in Truckn, and you want to tell me my blood pressure is high. That's how they get caught in their lie. There's some type of game going on here, and there's quite a bit of individuals involved. Quite a bit. These fleet companies. I came home to Detroit one day. I was walking from downtown, and it was almost like they set this up. A young lady pulled out of a driveway of a little mini mall and almost hit me. She came a little bit too close to me with her car. So I videoed her car, posted it on Facebook. Said this woman almost hit me, young girl, with a male passenger in the passenger seat. It was almost as if the situation was set up for me to call the Detroit police. It was almost as if it was set up. Just like I'm getting the feeling of what's going on at these trucking companies, that the stuff is set up. So I am going to seek legal representation against USXPRESS, Western Express, and Reisinger Brothers. Because I'm signing leases to lease to buy. This is not no W-2 job. This is not no any job. I'm signing leases to lease your trucks that you're leasing to start a business there. And you've been fucking me out my business. It's quite a bit of people involved in this, what's going on. I'm going to run this by an attorney. Several attorneys. And then I'm going to post videos of what the response is from these attorneys. So you'll see that I'm not bullshitting. That these people are not doing anything. I'm telling them about legitimate stuff that's going on that's illegal. I should have a lawsuit for. But when if I contact an attorney, ain't nothing done. If I contact law enforcement, they act like, I don't know, the officer that was on the phone when I told her about the incident where the girl almost hit me, the conversation was kind of strange. It was kind of strange. But at USXPRESS, it was always a truck come up stolen when I was there. And I know I had just posted a video about my truck. I just took it to the Blue Beacon there in Memphis. Was getting ready to shut down on the 34. Because I didn't have a load. They didn't have a load. So I crossed over into Memphis, went to the Flying J. But before I stopped there, I stopped at the Blue Beacon. Spent my $60 to get that truck washed. Went to the Flying J, waiting for them to give me a load. Then they did that bull crap about the load. You gonna tell me that if I don't take the short haul, you're not gonna give me the long haul? That's a violation of my contract. I'm signing contracts to lease trucks that you're selling. Call yourself selling. And then you're turning around, taking the trucks back from me. After I done spent all my money cleaning the trucks up, identifying all the mechanical issues, getting the truck fixed up. You done use my maintenance account to fix the truck up, or you done use me to use my money to buy products to clean the truck up, and then you turn around and take it from me, release it, and give it to another driver. I'm not a company driver. You tell company drivers to turn a vehicle in. I'm lease purchase. You can't keep doing that, and you're not going to get away with it. So I am going to contact an attorney. And I'm going to be posting videos about the correspondence or what they say or what they start telling me I could do or they can't do anything. Like they were always telling me here in Detroit when something happened, it sounds like a civil case. A civil case. That's what my Chrysler case was, a civil case that it got dismissed. That case should have went to court. I should have had a lawsuit from what they did to me at Warren Truck Plant. But yet I'm sitting at home again. Another truck gone. And now they telling me a driver went on my YouTube page. And what are you, the YouTube police? You decided to contact my company and alert them to my videos. My videos wasn't trashing the company. My videos was talking about something was going on that the company was doing to me. That I didn't think was correct. I knew I was being lied to. And I was posting it. How's that trashing the company? So you're going to lie to me about a tire. I talk about it on YouTube. You're going to tell me I'm trashing the company? That's a lie. Then when I asked her to give me the name of the driver who supposedly called in, she don't have a name. I could sue you. You told me a driver alerted you to the video, that you watched the video. You said the video was vulgar. Then you said I was calling the dispatcher out their name. I'm on my YouTube. This is my YouTube. I can say and express myself any ways I want on my YouTube or on my own website. I'm not there at the company. I'm not directly in front of the dispatcher saying anything vulgar, calling her out her name. I can describe any situation I'm going through in any manner I see fit on my YouTube page. So you go on my YouTube page and decide you want to be the YouTube police and call my company and alert them to my videos. You was a dirty trucker. Whoever it was, if it was even a trucker. It could have been the company themselves, because I end up sitting over the weekend. But I told them I wanted to do a reset because I was fatigued. But they didn't have me dispatch on no load and didn't try to dispatch me on a load. And like I said, I never heard from the new dispatcher. So it could have been the husband of the woman that was in orientation in the first place, because he called me talking about he was going to give me a new dispatcher and didn't. It's a lot of strange stuff going on, and all of it is signs of gang stalking. It's happened here in my apartment. I have not been home to put a spoon in my sink. This weird stuff people keep asking me, do you want silverware? What are you talking about? What do you mean, do I want silverware? I got silverware. If I need silverware, I go get silverware. All this strange stuff happening every time I go to this trucking company. The same stuff just keep happening over and over again. Luring, using job posts to get me to go to these places. And then that stuff happens. They done accused me of everything. I believe they accused me of stealing a truck. Because they kept questioning me about my truck at USXPRESS. I got contracts to all these trucks that you call yourself trying to accuse me of. And in that contract is your policy. I have contracts to all the trucks that I lost. As a matter of fact, I am going to contact an attorney because I'm tired of this stuff going on. I'm tired of being back in my home with no truck, out my money, and you thinking it's funny. Now you telling me a driver was responsible? I think that driver was responsible for what happened, the reason why I ended up quitting that local job. What are you doing? Now I'm sitting home in my apartment with no job because some driver wants to be the YouTube police and was so concerned about me complaining about what they did about the tire that they decided to alert Risinger Brothers. I posted about what they did about the tire. I posted that my dispatcher said she agreed with the maintenance guy talking about I was aggressive, needed to be nice to people. So when I sent her a message that I wanted my dispatcher changed. And instead of changing her, they let her continue to be my dispatcher. But the lady I talked to that terminated me, she said, I made the call. I made the call to terminate you because of the video. I thought it was vulgar. You trashing the company. I said, I can't trust you. You mean you can't trust me? I can't trust you. I can't trust your mechanics. I told him to get a tire off that I knew was going to blow. You set me up to get a ticket. Knowing that company was not a good fit for me. It was all right, but it was not a good fit for me. They have limited freight. They haul for a particular customer. That ain't me. I like to go wherever. I like to be at, hey, give me a load going so-and-so because I'm an independent contractor. I don't work for you. You work for me. That dispatcher works for me. So I can hire and fire that dispatcher at will. You should have had no problem changing the dispatcher. You should have immediately changed the dispatcher. You don't give me flack. You don't talk back to me. You should have changed the dispatcher like you should have changed the tire. So now, I am going to contact an attorney. And I'm going to be posting videos of the response from these attorneys after telling them what's happening. So stay tuned to the videos. See what kind of lies I get told by the attorneys. Everybody covering up this mess has been happening to me since I've been in trucking. It's a lot of people involved in this. It's a lot of, I don't know what this is going on, but it needs to stop. I got contracts to these trucks. I ain't stealing no truck. Who the heck walks in and steals a semi? Delivering loads. How I'm getting the loads? That means I got to work there. But no, lease purchase is not working there. I'm starting a business off that company leasing their truck as my work vehicle, using those to generate money. You done fucked me out of several trucks that I have contracts to. The city of Detroit is involved here. Michigan is involved. That little noise I'm hearing started here in Michigan. That's a harassment noise. It's part of gang stalking. It started here in Michigan. There's a law against that here in Michigan. I reported it to several agencies here in Michigan. They didn't do anything. I hear that noise on the truck. I heard it in the orientation. And I knew somebody heard it. They heard it in orientation because I heard the lady say, "What's that? What is that?" It's like I'm emitting, it's like the noise is coming from me. I think it's the phone. But when I tell this stuff, it sounds crazy. Socks come up missing and then reappear. Oh, they do this in a manner to make it sound like you're crazy when you're telling this story. Because that's what they want. To continue what they're doing. Because it's sounding crazy reporting it. But it's not crazy. And law enforcement is not doing anything about it. Because I'm at the point now, honestly, truthfully, I believe law enforcement knows about it and is participating in it. That's the honest to God truth. Especially here in Detroit. I do. And over the road, they just show up where I am. It's not talking about my protection. You're not protecting me. This stuff is still happening while you in sight. You around. So honestly, and I told Detroit police one day, I said, I don't trust you. I don't. Because now, and even thinking back to when this stuff was happening to my father, there's a stack of reports at Detroit police about this stuff going on with him. Stuff coming up missing. I remember a true story. A rake came up missing at my father's house. He called the Detroit police. And I remember he told me the Detroit police, the officer actually brought my father a rake. My father had several reports about people going in his house, stuff coming up missing. This ain't no burglary. Burglars don't keep doing that. They don't just keep coming back. That's not burglary. At the time, I didn't know what that was. You know, I was a kid coming up. I heard my father complaining about this stuff. I didn't know what it was. He just kept calling the police. Then after I got grown, he would call me. Something come up missing out the house. I had keys to his house, but I wasn't going over there. He would call me. "Nita, did you take so-and-so?" "No, damn, why would I take that?" I didn't take it. His friends, before he died, used to tell me, your father wouldn't stay gone long because he said it was somebody he was trying to catch. Somebody was going in his house. True story. So whatever was going on with my dad is going on with me. And whatever that was going on with me is continuing to go on. And it started here in Michigan. My father lived here in Michigan. He moved here in Michigan. So this gang stalking stuff originated here in Michigan. Because that's where we live. So Michigan is responsible. But it's over in the trucking. So I am going to contact an attorney. And I'm going to keep making these videos. You're not going to label me crazy, make them sound like I'm crazy for something you trying to cover up that's going on. The president should have put a stop to this. I wrote the president about this when it happened at Chrysler. I called the president. I called everybody. The attorney generals, everybody. You know what they did? Nothing. So what am I to think about people who does nothing when I complain about something that's illegal? That's gang stalking. It is gang stalking and you know it. This is gang stalking and you know it. But you didn't do anything. I'm losing trucks, getting terminated. All because of, and you talking about, all that because of that stuff that started with Chrysler. One truck plant. All this goes back to them. They responsible. Had that case went to court, none of this would be going on. They would have been exposed for what they done, and it would have been put a stop to. But you didn't expose it. You let it continue. Now it's escalated. It's out of control. Everybody doing it. Everywhere I go, every state. Now it's over in my trucking. I can't keep a trucking job. That's my career you done fucked me out of. You fucked me out of my career. And my trucks. And I want to come after you legally. Because you knew about it. You knew what was going on. There's some dirty mess you doing around here. And it needs to stop. You talking about change? I'm the change. You better put a stop to this. Because it's way out of control. I'm not bullshitting. This is gang stalking. This is exactly what's going on. And it's taking place here in my apartment. It's taking place in trucking. It's taking place on jobs. Everywhere I go, everybody playing with me. Doing whatever they want. Costing me my jobs. Know all my business. Know I'm terminated and why before I even get home. It's funny, ain't it? Ha ha! You're going to be held accountable for it because it ain't funny. I had contracts to my truck. I was running a business while you laugh and working your W-2 job. Ha ha!